Deadlock is finally, officially here, and people are going crazy for it.
Yeah, this game is gonna easily, and I mean easily, take over in 2 years when it comes out.
So, Valve's not-so-secret game has officially been announced, and that means we are finally able to talk about it. As a quick refresher, Deadlock is a 5v5 third-person MOBA shooter set in this cartoony Prohibition New York City fantasy world. If you're wondering why I omitted a release date, it's because there currently isn't one, or a roadmap, or really any information about this game whatsoever. In fact, the whole quote-unquote announcement of this game has been a bit unorthodox to say the least. But before we get into that, a quick word from our sponsor.
With the Predator Helios Neo 16 gaming laptop, you don't have to set up the perfect space. You can game anywhere. A brilliant 16-inch G-Sync compatible panel with 165Hz refresh rate means you won't have trouble making out any of the action. And thanks to graphics powered by NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060, it'll look better than ever. Enjoy a quantum leap in performance with DLSS 3 and lifelike virtual worlds with full ray tracing.
Alright, so Deadlock started off with the classic. Usual suspects on Twitter like Gabe Follower dropping hints of a new Valve game in development. Then the game suffered a pretty massive leak with screenshots and actual gameplay hitting the internet. Then things went quiet for a while until, seemingly out of nowhere, Valve invited just a shitload of users to a closed access version of the game with the caveat that you couldn't talk about it or post footage of it online. We all knew the game existed, what it was going to be called, and a lot of us now had played the game. Yet, Valve hadn't officially acknowledged it, and we weren't able to talk about it. But suddenly, this past Friday, Valve finally announced this game we already knew about to the public. The playtest was still invite only, but that wasn't too hard to get, and now, critics and fans alike could talk about the game, or hell, even make content for it. But with such short notice on an insanely early build of the game, not knowing how long the road ahead would be, I thought this game was going to be more of a slow burn. But boy, was I wrong. Don't get me wrong, I love this game already. I got really into Smite and Battleborn back when they first came out, and I've been waiting for a new entry into this genre. And I understand that this is a new Valve game, which is always going to create a lot of buzz, but given how iffy some of the people in my circle were about this game, I was not expecting this level of hype and praise. It's like I blinked and my entire timeline became Deadlock. Tips, tricks, lore, and hell, a ton of actual original content. Just yesterday, I refreshed my Twitter and the first post was an anime rendition of two of the characters kissing. How are you guys this fast? Anyway, the point is, the hype for this game is real. We even got Shroud, who is just releasing his own game, saying that Deadlock will eventually take over the world.
Honestly, from my 10 hours that I've played yesterday, this is probably the best third-person shooter I've ever played. Not
just that, but one of the OG Valorant content creators, Average Jonas, posted a video explaining that he was retiring from Riot Shooter to focus on Deadlock, a game that just days ago we weren't even allowed to talk about. I mean, for God's sake, there was already a community tournament for Deadlock over the weekend.
Slowed down Kelvin, taken down as Irie turns it around, is able to trade 1-for-1. Sniper coming through, a second shot from Panay takes another one down in a 2-for-1 trade. Shiv is hiding in the corner here, but I don't know that he'll be able to stay alive. Maybe instead of a run from him. Sure, what a crazy turnaround. Sure, looking for the final bit of damage, and he won't find it.
And listen, as surprised as I am, I get it. This game is missing animations, design mechanics and abilities will likely change, and we still have no idea when it's actually going to come out. Hell, as has been pointed out, Deadlock currently violates Steam's very own publishing rules by having only one single video of the game on its store page and none of the 5 mandatory screenshots you need. But even so, folks, it's a lot of fun. As we can expect from Valve, they have taken great ideas from a bunch of other games that have come before, including a lot from Dota, and have packaged it into this bizarre, goofy film noir world. Even the 21 current heroes are impressive. I've tried them all, and though many need work and could likely be unrecognizable by release, they all have pretty distinct roles, with no two feeling exactly the same. Is it actually as good as Shroud says? I think I'm gonna leave that up to the individual to decide for themselves. But like literally every other game ever made, it's not going to be for everyone. But it's extremely charming and pretty addicting if you give it the chance. And it's cool to finally have another game to gush about and potentially follow for years and years to come. That being said, not everyone is completely sold, which is fine.
Oh, I actually hate this game, chat. I'm playing to play with Shroud right now, let it be known.
Careful, back up.
It makes me just want to play Smite.
I honestly do think this game could potentially be one of Valve's more niche titles, depending on how it's handled. I mean, Smite isn't nearly as popular as other MOBAs or shooters like Overwatch, Valorant, League, and Battleborn doesn't even exist anymore. But if anyone is going to prove me wrong, it's Valve. They have already put a massive amount of depth into this game, from the movement tech to all the build possibilities, so I can see why so many people have sunk their teeth into this game. At this point, it's up to Valve to win people over, and it's theirs to f up. I mean, we have already gotten reports of cheaters in the game, and that was before Valve even sent out any invites to the public, so let's hope that that is still priority number one. But let me know what you guys think of this game. Do you love it? Is it not your cup of tea? And are you cautious about the hype train that Deadlock has already managed to build? Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's like the first week when a game's out, it's like, this is great. We're all the same level, we're all learning, we're all having fun. And then now it's just like, get me out of this lobby. Put me with the people that just started playing, because that's about my skill level.